Hey there, you just clicked on First Down Punts. Nice move. This is a podcast about football and how it relates to fantasy football. Hope you like what you hear. We're going to get this thing started. Let's get crazy. And welcome in, everyone, to another episode of First Down Punts. I'm your host, Coach Chris. Today we're going to be going over our updated quarterback rankings. Made some moves since the last time we did our top 25 for 25. We're going to go 35 deep here today, just so we can get some of those backup guys, those guys that could take over in the middle of the season. Just let you know how I feel about those guys, where they're at. Other than that, we're going to kick this off, get into it. Starting with Tier 1, and number 1 is Lamar Marvelous Jackson. I'm always going to be a big fan of Lamar Jackson. That's just how it is. Huge fan of him, even though he's not a Lion. Probably one of my favorite players in the league outside of Lions. But Lamar Jackson's number 1. Threw for 4,041 last year. I'm guessing he takes a little bit step back on the touchdowns, gets down to like 36, 37, but that offense is humming, man. When Derrick Henry's healthy, Lamar Jackson's healthy, it doesn't really matter who else is out there with him. Andrews is coming into the season healthy instead of coming off a car accident. Likely is banged up, more than likely not starting the season healthy, possibly to pup. Maybe they just keep him off and keep on the active roster because he's going to be back in week 3 or whatever. But at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson is number 1 for me. Number 2, a lot of people's number 1, that's Josh Allen for the Bills. Josh Allen, he's a unicorn, man. He's a stallion. That's just all there is to it. You take Lamar or him number 1, I'm not going to be mad at you. Lamar's just the guy I would pick number 1 over Josh Allen, simply for the fact that in my home league, we get passing touchdowns or 6 points. Fix your league if it's not. Number 3, superstar Jaden Daniels. Some people have Hurts here. Some people have Burrow here. I got Jaden Daniels because of that running capability, man. And his passing is spectacular. He's a kid that understands 5 yards is good enough. I don't need the 50-yard bomb every time. The problem you see with a lot of young guys is they always look for that big play. Let me throw it downfield like they did in college in those spread offenses. Problem is, these ain't college DBs. These are pro DBs. Take the 5-yard route, get your 5 yards, get the first down, go on to play the next down. Jaden Daniels understands that better than most rookies I've seen in a long time, maybe ever. And because of that, he's at number 3 for me. Just that intelligence on the field. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Burrow probably should be number 3, but this is my personal choices of who I should rank. Burrow could go for 5,000 this year. He can go for 5,200 this year, yards this year. Simply for the fact that that defense just keeps getting worse. I talked about it in damn near every video about the Cincinnati Bengals defense because of what it's going to do for that offense. And if they trade Cherry Hendrickson, man, Burrow's going to have to throw 50 touchdowns. It's possible. He might be the number 1 quarterback at the end of the year. That's all there is to it. You're not going to be mad getting him at 4. And the final player in Tier 1 is Jalen Hurts. Now, some of you guys don't like Jalen Hurts as much. Oh, he only threw for 2,900 yards last year. Well, he ran for 700. If you're not happy with 3,600 yards, 700 of them on the ground, I think he had like 31 total touchdowns or something. Maybe it was 29. But I expect more passing this year from Hurts, probably a little less running. He'll probably only end up with like 400 yards rushing. But we know the tush push didn't get banned, so he stays in Tier 1 because of that. On to Tier 2. The guy that used to be in Tier 1 used to be number 1 overall. That's Patrick Mahomes. Now, him and number 7 here, Baker Mayfield, I've been going back and forth on which one I want to put at 6. Right now, I decided to leave it Pat Mahomes at 6, even though I had switched him a week ago or whatever. I just went back to what I know. Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. Now, maybe not the best fantasy quarterback, but the best quarterback in the NFL. There's a reason he's got 3 Super Bowls and been to, 5 now? Yeah, Kelsey's a year older. Guess what? Xavier Worthy is it. Xavier Worthy is fast as shit. Rashee Rice, they get him for the first 4 games. He's probably going to get suspended. But I still believe Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. And if I can get him in the second round of a SUPERFLEX or the 5th or 6th round in a single QB league, I'm taking him. Number 7, Baker Mayfield. Like I said, him and Pat Mahomes are right there to me. It's back and forth. It's like one of the old justice balance where it's up and down and up and down and up and down. Fact of the matter is, man, either one of those guys you're going to be happy with. Mayfield will probably take a step back from what he did last year. The rushing, he had almost 400 yards. Passing was over 4,000. The touchdowns, which I think he had Oh, I can't remember how many touchdowns he had right now. Well into the 30s, so don't worry about that. But I think touchdown wise, he'll probably be similar, especially getting Ibuka there, because now even if Godwin isn't there this season, I mean he's starting the season hurt, probably not gonna be there till week 3, week 4. But even if he gets hurt again, they got Ibuka now, who is a Godwin replacement anyways for the future. So Baker Mayfield shouldn't have any issues. Run game's still awesome. The change in OC, yeah, there's gonna be a little bump in the road. Missing Tristan Wirfs the first 4 weeks, gonna hurt. I got him starting off rough as a team, but Baker should be winging it that whole time, simply for the fact that he has to, because if that defense doesn't hold up with those young guys, Baker's going to have to throw the ball. He's going to run the ball. He's going to be doing great on play action. Still got Mike Evans, a big wide receiver down the field. You should be happy to take Baker Mayfield, man. And our third quarterback here in Tier 2 is Dak Prescott. Some people got Prescott at 15. Some got him at 12. I got him at 8. For the fact that Dak can finish as a top 5 quarterback with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. If Jaden Blue, if he's healthy, he's okay after a little banged up injury in the preseason game. Dak Prescott's got a receiving back, got a receiving tight end, got 2 top flight receivers. Now, you know how I feel about Pickens. He's not a true number 1 to me, but as a number 2, 2 thumbs up is what they get for that passing offense. And Dak Prescott is number 8. On to Tier 3. Number 9, Bo Nix, a.k.a. Mr. Rookie Stapleback. You don't see it too often. Him and Jaden Daniels both were Staplebacks last year. For those of you that don't know what a Stapleback is, by my qualification, it's 3,800 yards passing, 400 yards rushing, 30 touchdowns for quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels is that guy. Josh Allen is that guy. Jalen Hurts has been that guy. Wasn't last year because of dipping passing yards. Lamar is obviously that guy. But Bo Nix is an up-and-comer, a guy that I think can take that next step, continue to improve, get a better run game behind him than he had last year. It's only going to improve the offense as a whole. So Bo Nix, I got here at number 9. In front of the guy I had last year to go with Jaden Daniels in my 2 QB league. Number 10, Jared Goff. Jared Goff for the Lions had a hell of a year last year, period. And I don't think it was his peak. I think they're going to have to throw more this year because of the losses on offensive line. They're not going to have as much success running plays. They're not going to have 6 yards. They're going to have 4 yards. They're not going to have 9 yards. They're going to have 7 yards. And that's just the fact of how I feel about it, man. I'm a Lions fan. I love my Lions. Been loving them my whole life. Jared Goff kicked ass last year. Had him on my fantasy team. I think he might have to do a little bit more. And with Jameis taking that next step, Amon-Ra's still there, Laporta's still there, the rookie Isaac Tesla, who just caught another touchdown in the preseason game. I think that's his 3rd of the preseason. Goff should have a hell of a year this year. That's why I still got him as a top 10 quarterback. Number 11, Justin Herbert. We know what Herbert is. He's one of the most physically gifted quarterbacks in the league. Now he's got Keenan Allen back to go with Ladd McConkey, to go with Tyler Conklin, who you'll see it in my tight end rankings. I love Tyler Conklin coming to the Chargers, man. Wasn't getting used right at the Jets. Tyler Conklin's a damn good receiving tight end, and a tight end that they're going to be starting even with the rookie there, Gadsden. But right now, I got Justin Herbert at number 11. And to finish out Tier 3, C.J. Stroud, who personally I think he finishes a top 5 back. You just don't have to pay the price on him for it. Everybody got hyped off his rookie year, drafted him in the 1st or 2nd round. Then he had a down year because the offensive line was in shambles, the receiving core was in shambles. C.J. Stroud's now going as like the 19th best quarterback. That's like, you're out of your fucking mind, man. He's got Nico, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Knoll, Christian Kirk, Dalton Schultz. They just got, who was it, Cade Stover, I think, or maybe they already had Cade Stover. They just, oh no, Hunter Bryant? Harrison Bryant. I forget which one of the tight ends it was at Bryant. Either way, just another receiving option. And to go with their run game being banged up with Mixon, who knows what's going on with him, they're going to have to pass even more. So getting Stroud at the 12th quarterback, you're still going to be getting value at him. Even though if you wait another round or two, get him as like the 16th best quarterback, you're getting great value. So it's all about how your league goes. How many quarterbacks do you guys start? But to me, C.J. Stroud is the 12th best quarterback in the end of Tier 3 here. On to Tier 4. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's a stud, man. That's all there is to it. He just needs his players around him to stay healthy. If his players stay healthy, Brock's going for 4,200, 30 touchdowns, probably 12 interceptions, and tacking on another 200 yards rushing. That's just all there is to it. My biggest problem is San Fran's falling apart right now, man. The receiving core is falling apart. The running back core is falling apart. The only people that are healthy are like the number ones. It's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, Brock Purdy is still a damn good quarterback and can maneuver around in the pocket. Got a good arm, knows how to stay mobile. Just a guy you can count on to start every year or every week. But in a 12-team league, he's your first number 2. Okay? And that's how I kind of got Purdy there. He's got to take that next step for me. More importantly, show me that his fucking receiving options can stay healthy. Because everything else about Brock Purdy, I love, man. And it's a great story, Mr. Irrelevant. I don't care. He's irrelevant now, and he's the number 13th quarterback on my board. Number 14, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, you'd be a top 10 pick at quarterback. Unfortunately, I can't trust you, man. You're inconsistent. There's reports talk about you don't even want to run some days. You just show up and you're in a bad mood. Or, I was doing something last night. I'm a little tired. I'm not going to run today. What kind of shit is that? Kyler Murray, I should drop you 2 more spots. But I'm going to give you the credit because you're still a super talented kid. And, I want to run some more this year. You can run whenever you want, dude. You're the quarterback. You're the guy with the ball. Your talent is based off your athleticism. Yeah, you can throw it a little bit, but you can run like a fucking lunatic, man. Use your talents. That's what's going to make you special. Everybody can throw the ball at quarterback. Can you run it as well? That's what makes Lamar special. Makes Josh Allen special. Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix. You, Kyler Murray, are supposed to be special with that running ability. And if you don't use it, you're down at number 20 to me. So I'm counting on you using it a little bit this year. Basically what you've been doing. And on top of that, you're a tiny little guy that if a 300-pounder falls on you, you get hurt. That's why you're not in the top 10, Kyler Murray. Get your stuff together. Start running, man. Be an athlete. Be a fantasy stud. That's what we want in fantasy. Number 15, a guy that isn't scared to run, Justin Fields. Justin Fields, if he was a better passer, if I could combine these 2 players, Kyler Murray and Justin Fields, you'd have Lamar Jackson. Guy that could throw and can run all the damn time. Unfortunately, neither one of you are Lamar Jackson, but I do like both of your talents. Running capability for quarterbacks of fantasy is gold, man. If these guys can do what they are capable of doing, you're going to get steals here at 14 and 15. But I'm not going to pay for the risk of you not doing that, Kyler Murray. I'm not going to pay for the risk of Justin Fields not completing passes to anybody downfield. I need you to get back to throwing downfield, Justin Fields. There's a lot of reports. I had you higher than this. I had Justin Fields up at 10 in my original rankings because I'm excited about what Justin Fields can do in that offense, man. Excited. But I got to be realistic that if all he's going to do is throw checkdowns all damn day, that's not going to be the same fantasy gold that it could be if he's back to winging it downfield. I'm hoping they open it up when the offense starts, when the season starts, the regular season, and they let Fields be Justin Fields. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's why I got him ranked still in the top 15. Number 16, into tier 4, my guy, Michael Penix. Love Michael Penix. Excited about him coming in out of Washington as a rookie. Went to the Falcons, had to sit for, 14 games before he finally got to play. But what you saw was Michael Penix got a special arm, man. Michael Penix ain't that running quarterback. He's mobile. He can get some yards, but he's a special talent with that arm. That left arm is gold. And with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, I need you to take that next step right now, man, period. Mooney's banged up. Ray McLeod's still there. Offensive line's a little banged up. Other words, I ought to put you higher, Penix. But right now I got him as the 16th best quarterback in a 16-team league. He's your last number 1. In a 10-team league, he's the 6th number 2. So it all depends on how big your league is. But at the end of the day, Michael Penix is a guy I trust as a number 2 quarterback. Tier 5, guys that I would never have as my number 1 quarterback. That's number 17, Trevor Lawrence. I was a huge Trevor Lawrence fan coming out of Clemson, man. Huge. I was ready to trade the house to get him at number 1. Glad we didn't, based off his trajectory so far. But he's got some weapons there with BTJ and Hunter and even Malik Washington. Or not Malik Washington. What's the kid's name? Is it Malik Washington? It's one of the Washington. Or Parker Washington. That's what it is. Parker Washington over there in the Jags. Malik Washington's for the Dolphins. But along with ETN out of the backfield as receiving option, Bigsby, the rookie Tootin, Brenton Strange, you're hoping he takes that next step. He showed out a little bit when he got to play last year. And with the new head coach in Liam Cohen, I believe that Trevor Lawrence is possibly taking that next step. I'm just not willing to draft him like it is the number 11 or 12 quarterback. I got him down here at 17 for the fact that I need you to take that next step before I can put you in that top 12. Number 18, Caleb Williams. Now, if you're watching some of our other videos, you know I have an issue with Caleb Williams' mental toughness. I do believe that getting Benedict Johnson there as the head coach, They got a lot of options around him. Yeah, I had him at 20, I think, or 21. I've moved him up to 18 because I think he is going to be good for fantasy. His running capability is excellent. I need him to be more consistent right here. That's it. Right here, man. Understand the offense. No one to get rid of the ball. Don't fall apart when they pressure you. That type of stuff is the stuff I'm looking at Caleb Williams. Timing, accuracy issues when it comes to being pressured, dealing with pressure better. Those are the things Caleb Williams needs to do for me to move him up any higher. But at the end of the day, as a late number 2 quarterback in a 10-team league, you're not going to be sad you got a guy that can run for 400 yards as a quarterback. Number 19, Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford was number 15. His back has knocked him down 4 spots. And if it continues, it's going to knock him off my board. But right now, I got Matt Stafford. It still is a number 2 inside the top 20 for the fact that I think Matt Stafford go for anywhere between 4,500 and 5,000 yards if he stays healthy all season. With Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, the rookie Terrence Ferguson, I love at tight end, Kyron Williams, their offense is set, man. They just need Stafford to be healthy. If Jimmy G's got to come in, like I said, I'm expecting 70-75% production compared to when Stafford's there. If Stafford gives you 100, Jimmy G's going to give you 70-75. That's not enough for fantasy gold. Stafford can be fantasy gold, especially as a later round pick. People who know he's got a back injury, so he's just dropping down in ADP. And if you can get him later and he stays healthy, you're going to win your league because of it. Number 20, Geno Smith. Now, him and 21 here, Jordan Love, I could interchange them. But Geno's got the better options than me right now. With Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Dante Thornton, the Jack Beck kid, Trey Tucker with his speed, Ashton Genty at the backfield, he's got a ton of weapons around him. And I'm expecting Chip Kelly to get that offense humming for Pete Carroll. Whereas with number 21 here, Jordan Love, all his damn receivers are hurt. The only person left is Golden, Dobbs, and Tucker Kraft. Obviously, Josh Jacobs still healthy, and they're going to be leaning on him a lot. He's a guy I got in my top 5 running backs for a simple fact of I think he's going to have to be a stud just like he was last year. And they're going to have to lean on him to have success. Jordan Love, we've seen him be in the top 10, no problem. We've also seen him look like absolute dog shit. We've seen him miss games. And with all his receivers hurt, who the hell is he throwing the ball to? That's what I want to know. Matthew Golden's not ready to be that number 1 in my mind. Romeo Dobbs is not a number 1. They got a bunch of number 2s. Tucker Kraft is going to be the highest value out of all these guys because you're going to get him late, and he's going to be the number 1 receiving option probably for the Packers for the majority of the season. So 17 through 21, they're in Tier 5. We move on to Tier 6. Here's the guy, 22, Aaron Rodgers. Finally signs with the Steelers, gets in camp. They make a trade for Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey and stuff. Got DK. They traded for him before they ever got Rodgers. And him and Rodgers, DK and Rodgers have already worked out in the offseason. I'm sure he's done a little workout with some other guys. Then they get into the regular season, preseason stuff now, training camp. Not the regular season, preseason and training camp. But Rodgers still knows how to target a one guy way too much. And DK Metcalf is that guy. Rodgers can give you – he's a backup to me this year in a 10-team league, late number 2 in a 12-team, 16-team league that you can start him. You know, you can't count on him to carry your team like you did 8-10 years ago when Rodgers was in his prime. The guy's going to be 41 this year. I don't remember. 42, 49, 400. I'm not sure. At the end of the day, if Rodgers can stay upright, he can get the ball to Metcalf, and that'll give him enough points along with those other guys they got around him. Jalen Warren out the backfield, Jonnu and Freiermuth at tight end. He's going to have enough production that you could start him as a number 2, like I said, in a 12-team league, or love to have him as a number 3 in a 10-team league. And a 2 QB league. So just how I feel about him. Number 23, Drake Maye. He's a guy that we saw some spikes out of last year. Now he's got to put it together. Good news is they got him a bunch of weapons. Getting Stephon Diggs and the rookie Kyle Williams, love it. Absolutely love it. Matt Collins, great pickup as a veteran guy, knows what he does, good red zone guy. To go with Hunter Henry, re-signing the other tight end. What the hell is his name right now? I can't remember. He came from Atlanta originally. But at the end of the day, he's got some way better options now, and that superstar Stevenson out of the backfield is only going to help everybody on that team. So, end of the day, Drake Maye, 23 here. 24, Tua. We know the deal with Tua. Stay healthy. Tyreek, don't lose your damn mind. Mike McDaniel, call the right plays. That's it. That's the case with Tua. Stay healthy. Hope Tyreek doesn't lose his mind, and Mike McDaniel doesn't get fired and gets his offense back on track. Number 25, Cam Ward, rookie for the Titans. Am I expecting Cam Ward to come out and dominate? No. But one thing I do know is Cam Ward knows how to stay upright in the pocket and got a big-ass arm. And with Calvin Ridley and Alec Ayamaner and Chigga Conquo and Gunnar Helm, the rookie tight end out of Texas, Pollard out the backfield. It sounds like Spears probably going to miss week 1 and week 2, but we'll find out more information as that comes out, especially when the practice reports come out in a week and a half or when the regular season starts. But I think Cam Ward's worth a guy taking a shot on as a number 3 quarterback because, hell, he could end up being a mid number 2. And if that's the case, you got to steal. If you didn't, oh well. You drop him, you pick up one of these other guys behind him. That's all there is to it. Number 26, Sam Darnold. Was with the Vikings last year, had a career year, resurgence year, but he also had Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hockenson. Now he goes to Seattle, he's got JSN, Cooper Kupp, and AJ Barner. Not as exciting. Along with that offensive line, not that Minnesota's was dominant last year. There's a reason they went and signed 2 guys. But that offensive line, you needed to take a step. You needed to improve the continuity, the protection issues, all that for pass protection is going to matter for Sam Darnold. Because if they don't, Sam Darnold's not going to start all season. Milroe will be in for the last 4 or 5 games probably. If something happens to Darnold, Milroe's coming in. And Milroe's fantasy gold for as far as running goes, but he ain't the same passer that Sam Darnold is right now. Darnold's not the runner that Milroe is. You seen him bring him in the preseason just for a goal line tush push shit with the Seahawks, got his touchdown. It's because Milroe's a freak athlete with a cannon of an arm. He just got to work on accuracy. Him and Anthony Richardson are alike. They got the same problem. They can't determine between a 50-yard and a 5-yard pass. They're throwing it the same amount of strength for both passes. They figure that out. They're going to be much better quarterbacks. But right now, Sam Darnold's at 26 for the simple fact that he ain't got the weapons that he had last year, man. 27, Bryce Young. Bryce, we know the story. First year looked like absolute dog shit. Was a terrible pick at number 1. Second year gets benched. Dalton comes in. Bryce Young comes back in after the accident with Dalton. Bryce Young takes a step. Now I need to take him to take that next step before I can move him up any higher than this. But he's a guy as a third QB that could take that next step and end up as a QB2. And whoever you got at QB2, you can trade away and get something else. Just something to think about when you're playing fantasy. Guys, the season doesn't end after the draft. You don't win your league in the draft. You win your league by playing every week, by playing every day, and making adjustments as time goes on. If Bryce Young becomes another number 2 QB in a Superflex, hey, man, guess what? You can trade your guy that you drafted as number 2. Or maybe you waited for Bryce Young. He is a number 2. You got tons of value at him. Tier 7. These will be our last 5 starting quarterbacks right now. Number 28 is Joe Flacco, who he might move up a couple more spots before the season starts on my draft list by the time I draft in my home league, which is a 2 QB league, just for the fact that they look pretty damn good in the preseason game when he's in there. Number 29, J.J. McCarthy. Just don't trust McCarthy. I wasn't big on him coming into the NFL draft. Addison's suspended the first 3 games. Justin Jefferson's dealing with a hamstring. Vikings got some new offensive linemen, which I believe they improved their offensive line, but that could help the run game and not be leaning on McCarthy as much. So we'll see what happens with that, but take him as a guy later, and if he grows into something great, if he doesn't, you can drop him. Number 30, Russell Wilson. Danger, Russ. Russell Wilson is probably not going to be the starter all season. That's why he's down here at 30. There's a good chance the way Jaxson Dart looked in the preseason games that he's taking over for Russell Wilson if they're under 500 by week 8, week 9. They're 4-5, 3-6, 2-7, whatever the hell it is. There's a good chance Jaxson Dart's in that game. And Russell Wilson's sitting his ass on the bench. Number 31, Tyler Shuck, rookie for the Saints. You guys know how I feel about Tyler Shuck. If you watch our other videos, I'm real big on his potential. Think he could be Jared Goff with a better arm and a little bit more mobility. That's going to take some time. They're still working out who's going to start the season, Radler or Shuck. Regardless of who starts the season, Tyler Shuck's going to be the starter by the end of the season. That's just how I feel about it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't believe I am. Tyler Shuck, you get as a value, he could end up being a great bench quarterback that you start for bye-week fillers. Maybe you get to trade him away if he takes a couple steps. But Tyler Shuck's guy, he's in a 10-team league, even if it's 2 QB, he's on the waiver anyways, along with his next guy, number 32, Daniel Jones. I had Richardson at 28. I like Daniel Jones less than Richardson. Daniel Jones is a guy that I just can't get behind, man. Danny Dimes ain't dropping dimes. He's just falling over and looking scared and getting hit. Yeah, he looked okay in the preseason, in the limited opportunity he got. Still not a big Daniel Jones guy. Not confident he'll be the starter all season. Not confident in what the Colts can do this year. The last tier here, tier 8, are the guys that I think can take over for their starters if the situation unfolds the way I expect. Number 33, we just talked about with Russ, Jaxson Dart. If Jaxson Dart was starting, he'd probably be up by Cam Ward at 25, 24, whatever it was. Number 34, Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the insurance policy for Matt Stafford. Stafford goes down, Jimmy G moves up a couple spots, but Stafford falls off the board. Number 35, Shedeur Sanders. Still believe that if the Browns suck, it's not going to be Dylan Gabriel. It's going to be Shedeur Sanders in the second half of the season. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a big Gabriel guy. I'd much rather start Shedeur Sanders if I had the option between the two. I know the Browns drafted Gabriel over the top of him. Shedeur looked better, but then he got the oblique injury. We'll see what happens. But if the Browns win, we ain't got to worry about this guy at all because Flacco's going to be starting all season. If the Browns come out and suck ass, Shedeur Gabriel's going to be taking over. Personally, I think it would be Shedeur. Number 36, Jalen Milroe. Like I said with Darnold, if shit don't work out, he might not even be the starter by the end of the season. Jalen Milroe will be. Number 37, Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson sounds like the Colts are giving up on. It's a possibility he gets traded to a team. Lions, go trade for him. I'm all for trying to build this guy up if Hooker can't do it. I was a big Hooker guy. I was glad we got him in the third round. Thought it was a great value. He's just not taking that next step that you want to see, man. And that's what happens with projects like that. Richardson was a project that they took at number 4 overall because he broke every fucking record possible at the combine, but then failed completely, Colts, to develop this guy. Stick him out there, let him get the shit beat out of him until he gets hurt, and then we'll start whatever bum we got behind him. That's the Colts' plan. Not protect him with offensive linemen, not give him legitimate weapons, not say, hey, man, we don't need to start you the first 6 weeks of the season. Let Minshew come in or whoever the hell they had at the time. Let them work and get their ass kicked while you're seeing what's going on and developing. Then you come in week 8, week 9, whatever, take over, and you're built up and you're ready to go. Instead, they stick him out there week 1. He gets hurt week 2, week 3, whatever it was, out for the season. Season 2 comes around. Now Flacco's the backup. They stick Richardson in there. He gets the shit kicked out of him again because he hasn't been developed, guys. He's out there confused, it seems like, half the time, and he's a project. He has to stay healthy. That's on him. That's on that O-line and on him. It's also on Steichen for putting him in bad positions. He shouldn't be in a position the first year to get hurt. The second year, you get hurt, injury. Football has a 100% injury rate, guys. Players are going to get hurt. You hear me talk about with Stafford. Stafford's been playing fucking 15 years. He's had injuries in like 12 of them. That's just a fact. He's still a Pro Bowl fucking quarterback when he's healthy. Richardson could be a fucking superstar athlete, man, and the Colts have failed him. And now I don't even know if he's going to be on the Colts by the end of the preseason, before the season starts. And number 38 here is Spencer Rattler. Last guy on our list, tier 8. Last guy on. I don't even like Spencer Rattler. I know he was the guy that, like I said, he was supposed to be a number 1 pick when he first came into college. Oh, he can't be the number 1 pick this year because he's still a freshman or sophomore or whatever it was that year when he started. Then he sucked ass and ended up getting transferring to, was it South Carolina, I think he was at. I'm just never been a Rattler guy. That's just all there is to it. I think Tyler Shuck is the future for the Saints. I think he should be the starter to start with, simply for the fact that he knows how to run an offense. His things have been injuries. Rattler's got some talents, but he don't know how to run an offense, man. He's not going to be a good quarterback for the rest of his career. And if he is, so be it. I'll admit I'm wrong. I'll tell you guys, hey, I was wrong completely. But I'm not big on him. I'm just putting him here because if the Saints decide to start Rattler over Shuck to start the season, I want you to know he's there. That's it. I wouldn't put Rattler on any of my teams. That's all there is to it. But until next time, guys, tell me what you think about how you feel about the list, about the tiers, or who I got too high, got too low. We're going to get out of here. Until next time, hope you're having a good afternoon, good evening, good morning. We'll see you next time, guys. I'm out. First down, punt!